Hey Dragon Slayers! Today's video is about lack of sleep and its connection to insulin resistance. So, separate from the foods that we eat or the air that we breathe, our daily acts of living matter a great deal to our metabolic health and insulin sensitivity. These things we do are varied. Of course, we all have different lives and daily tasks, but we all share a couple of things that matter a great deal for maintaining healthy insulin function, like sleep. When we sleep, our responsiveness to the environment is dialed down, allowing our bodies to recover. We all know getting enough sleep is necessary for good health. But how do we define enough when it comes to sleep? The classic story is that we all need around 8 hours per night of meaningful sleep. But this isn't necessarily the case. Very recent evidence suggests that multiple earlier cultures were early to rise or late to bed. On average, it appears that our ancient ancestors likely slept about 5 to 7 hours a night at most, less than the recommended 8 hours that we see today. It's possible that some of us simply need less sleep than others. Some of us have a mutation in a gene called DEC2 that allows us to thrive on substantially little sleep. While we can debate the actual ideal length of time for nightly sleep, there is a very clear, scientifically supported consensus that not getting enough sleep, whatever that may mean for each individual person, is harmful to health. One of potentially many negative effects of developing a sleep debt is pronounced changes in the endocrine system. Our hormones change. In particular, just 1 week of less sleep can make the body roughly 30% more insulin resistant compared with a week of normal sleep. In fact, a very recent study suggests its effects is even more potent. Just 2 days of sleep restriction, around 50% of normal, was enough to make otherwise healthy men insulin resistant. Too much light is also a heavy matter. If a person struggles with insomnia, it may not matter so much that they're awake more at night, but rather that what they do when they're awake at night. Specifically, being exposed to bright lights, such as the glow of small electronic screens, may be the determining factor for whether or not a person develops insulin resistance with sleep deprivation. Exposure to light at night alters our levels of melatonin and, importantly, cortisol. This effect isn't as great during sleep deprivation without light exposure, suggesting that the remaining in the dark potentially sorry, potentially mediates insulin resistance. Given that sleep deprivation can lead to insulin resistance, who would have thought that napping too much could cause a problem with it? As well, it's pretty crazy. As with nightly sleep, time matters. With napping, the magic number appears to be around 30 minutes. Compared with non nappers, those who nap more than roughly 1 hour each day are more likely to develop insulin resistance, whereas those who nap up to 30 minutes each day are way less likely to develop it. So that kind of means if you're going to nap, take a cat nap, set an alarm. In general, I don't nap, but if I do, I typically try to set an alarm to where it's only 30 to 45 minutes on rare occasion if I really, really feel like I need it. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.